running a business.
Well, hello, Teaquilters. Having issues again with signing in today, but I accidentally did a trick and it worked, so I'm hoping that that's going to work every time. I have noticed that they have taken in an upgrade of YouTube, they have taken off my ability to hit the rotate from horizontal to vertical um, the, videotaping live. So that was weird. But I accidentally did something and then it worked. So which was weird. Something else that was weird. Okay. So let's see who's in the chat first. We got Sue GSD says, good evening, T and fellow quilters. 136 days into the most remarkable week of retreat activities ever. To be there or be square. So that's from Sue GSD. Thank you, ma'am, telling us we got 136 days until retreat, which is middle July. It's like July 14th, I think is the first date. Carissa Renninger is here. And Melissa LePage. Darcy Savali is here. Give Tia a thumbs up. And if you're new here, subscribe and hit the bell for notifications. Also, check out our Facebook page, Teaquilts LLC. Make sure that you answer the 4 questions on that page so that you get in. T is here Wednesday or Saturday, Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time for 1 hour live chat. And then on Saturdays, I'm here for 2 hours, starting at 8 o'clock Central Standard Time for live sew and chat normally. You got Betsy Layton in here. She was in Scrap Club today. Saw her and all of her projects she's been working on for both Teaquilt Scrap Clubs. Quilter Nana is here. Brenda Foley, Sheila Willis, Sylvia Dinkins, Suzette Peter Denton. Ken is here, Terville. Hello, everyone. Rent is paid by him. Have you hit the thumbs up button? If not, hit the thumbs up button while I'm going through the people that are in chat right now. I would really, really appreciate it. I've got 23. Let me hit it for myself. Claudette Hall. Thank you, Claudette, for emailing me. I'll talk about that later, but thank you so much. She said she just came back from the quilt show in Hampton, Virginia, so that's cool, cool, cool. Francis Jackson's here, Louis Alford, Holly Duvall, Jester Creative Space, Dolores Feltz, Sharon Lewis is here. What else? Who else? Not what else? Who else? Paula S. Bonita Nance. Can't remember if I said her name. Clarice Miller. Out of Wichita. So welcome to the chat. I don't think I've seen your name before. Welcome to the chat. Appreciate you popping in a comment as well. Vivian Calvi is in here. Shelly S5. Trying to get through the people saying hi to each other. And I think I'm done for right now. Last person was Claudette Hall. I see something from. Try to give myself a little reminder. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But yeah, just trying to get stuff situated with YouTube. I don't know what's going on with YouTube. It's like they make changes. I don't see where they promote those changes. So it's just sometimes just a pain sometimes. So tonight we're let me tell you what I've done this week. What I've done this week is I have sent out various emails to various different groups. And one of them being the Teaquilts Retreat. So I have sent emails out to the Teaquilts Retreat group and giving final balances because I've had people asking me, have I received their last balance payment? So I sent that out from teaquiltsnews@yahoo.com. So look to see if you've gotten that email to make sure that you are at a zero balance. Also remember that if you are renting a sewing machine and you did not put it on your form, that, or if you need additional t-shirts other than the 2026 Teaquilts retreat t-shirts, or you didn't put the additional t-shirts on your form, you may have more expenses on your retreat. So I gave you what I had at that particular time. So that's what's going on with that. I'm also, well, I don't know why I did that. I'm also working on retreat projects. I have done some test models of different retreat projects. I have not showed everything on here, and it has not been finalized yet. I'm got to meet with Jennifer and Kevin. It is nice sometimes to have another opinion to help you with stuff. So I need to see what we're going to actually do at retreat and what activities we might be doing at retreat. Okay, so hold off on that. The project I'm going to be sewing eventually is called Scattered Stars. I think I called it Spinning Stars, getting it confused with Missouri Stars. Spinning Stars that we did last year as a sew along. It's called Scattered Stars. So if you're looking for the pattern, it's a fat quarter shot pattern. I did go back and change the titles of the video to make sure that everything matched up. Thank you to Claudette Hall for pointing that out to me. I really appreciate it because I am known for renaming stuff. We got a project with the in-person club, and for some reason I want to call it Bejeweled all the time, and I go, well, maybe I'm gonna name my quilt Bejeweled, and it ain't Bejeweled. Okay, it's got 3 words in its title, and I keep calling it Bejeweled. That's all I'm calling it. Okay, that's it. I'm making it one. But if you're from the South, you kind of understand people always make up names. They're gonna call you something else, and if they don't remember your name, just know that your name is always Baby. You can be 50 years old and still be called Baby, and they talking to you, okay? And don't act crazy if it's 5 or 6 people in the room and you go, they can't be talking to me. No, it's you. So that's part of something that I have picked up in the South. And it's part, my mom, she grew up in the South, lived there for very many years. I was the first one in my family born here in St. Louis. So let's see. If that's the case, oh, goodness, 39. So my mom is 87 years old. So my mom has lived in St. Louis. She moved to St. Louis when she must have been in her mid-20s, 25, 26. So, yeah, it's been a long time. But my mom is still Southern. Like I said, we kind of grew up going back to the South a lot. We visited my grandmother a lot. We lived 8 hours away, and I never felt like I didn't know my grandmother, So my mom took us back that often, sometimes twice a month. So, yeah. Hi, Deborah Holloway. Welcome to the chat. Lana Dean, welcome to the chat. Zandra Odom, welcome to the chat. And Lana Dean, welcome to the chat. Deborah Sims Brown is saying hi to everybody. Welcome as well. Darcy says my balance is negative. What does that mean? I think up at the top I mentioned the negative balances in the email. I think so check the email. Be the glory, 87 years of young. That is so nice to hear that your mom is 87 years old and you can still see her whenever you want to. I miss my mom who died at age 54, very young. And I have that fortunate circumstance with my mother, but I do not have that with my father. My father actually passed when I was 5 years old, who I wish I would have known. Not that I don't wish I'd known my mother, because my mother done everything that she was supposed to do for us. So, but you still miss not growing up with the actual father or having that father figure. I did not have that. So, yeah, that was really sweet. Hi, Janice Miller and Ingrid sews it all. Hey, Ingrid. Can't wait for retreat. That's what she says. Yes. Michelle the Quilter has come in as well. I can't remember if I said her name or not. So we're going to be working on Scattered Stars. But I told you all that I have been ordering stuff from Checkers, and I have not been sharing some of the stuff. But I thought that I would share a box that came today. I did order, I have the very first So Easy table, you know, the portable tables that you take to retreat, and then they make custom inserts, or you can get more than one insert for your different machines. And so I had my table from the very first one. I don't even know, that table's got to be 20 years old, something. I don't know. I'm going to have to go check with them and see how long they've been in business. Okay. But anyway, my table it's kind of made out of, like, I want to say almost like wood shavings, because it looks like wood shavings that are glued together. And I've been telling my husband, like, you know, you need to make me a table or whatever. And it has a little spot to put your cup. And I'm like, you can just take this top and redo it, because we got all the hardware, all the original hardware still works. Well, I did not know that on their website that they actually sell a replacement tabletop. So I went ahead and ordered a replacement tabletop for my So Easy table. And I ordered the insert for my Janome 9850 sewing machine so that I'll have it. So I'm really looking forward to that. Looking forward to being able to replace the quilt top marker. And it was so funny because I show people my table at retreat to show them how bad I had beat that thing up and how old, you know, I said, this is a very old table. So it, you know, whatever they're using, it does work. Now they got purple corner bumpers or something on it to help protect it getting beat up. And that's where mine is really beat up. And I've got a crack running through it that I need to put, you know, wood glue in. You know, it hasn't cracked. I've used it at least 20, 30 times with the crack easily. And it still hasn't, like, fallen apart. So I keep using it. But I thought, you know, girl, you can get another table. So I thought I was originally going to go buy a new table. The tables are about $350 for the table now. And I'm like, okay. And so then I went to see what the 2 replacement parts would cost that I need. And it was $80 for the tabletop and $80 for the new insert. So I just spent the $160, because again, I have that was a lot of money. And I got 2 parts, and I still got to go do replacement. I got to take all the pieces off the top and put them onto the table that I got. It came today. And then also that came today was order from Checkers that I have that I am using for quilt stitch knit. But I thought that I would show y'all some of this. And if you want some, you can definitely get it. But I'm just showing you what I got. Some of it I bought like one test pattern, because I don't like buying patterns and then they're bad patterns. And so I don't know what they are. So I've got plenty of time that I can reorder it if I like said items. Then I can do that. So one of the things that I got is the Lori Holtz Farmer's Daughter bag here. They retail for $5, I think. I think that's the regular retail price. But I just got that. I figured, and I thought it would be bigger than this, so I'm really disappointed in that. But I thought maybe some people might be walking around the show and might need a bag. So I got lots of those. Then remember, I just made my Poppins bag. And the kits that I am doing don't have zipper in them, because I'm not sure if people wanted this particular zipper. But I've ordered some zippers, and there's 3 yards of zipper tape here. They don't give you any zipper pulls, which, you know, is weird. But I've got the zipper tape. This is the one that I had in my Poppins bag. So I ordered some of those, and then I also ordered for some people that would like to have just black and white zipper. I got that one as well. I call it the zebra zipper. What does she call it? She doesn't call it anything. It just got a number. Is it the same number on the back? It's just got a number ID. So they don't call it anything. But I call this one the zipper and this one the jewel tone. So I got plenty of those. I'm also I bought a lot of these, and this what is taking up the majority of the box, and then I've got to start digging underneath. I bought lots of the Wensleydale foundation papers because I'm going to take my Wensleydale quilt and it's going to be hanging, and I figure people might want the foundations for it when they see it. So I got plenty of those. I'm gonna, like a lot. I got more of the Poppins bags because you can't see it on these. Let's see if I take one out. I just showed y'all the Poppins bag that I made. So I got more of those. You get the pattern with the stays. I think it's $24 for that. And then I got, because I've been selling them locally, so I got more. I'm just pulling what I can. And then I ordered more of the bag bottoms. This is what's in the bottom of the Poppins bag. Let's see, Notions. I'm thinking that's what it's under, maybe. Nope, it's under interfacing. So that's $13.81 a piece. Ooh, got lots of zippers, y'all. The zippers are just everywhere. I moved some, but them are in the way. And then because they didn't have zipper pulls, I ordered a lot of zipper pulls. You get because you have 3 yards of tape, they give you 6 zipper pulls in the iridescent. You probably can't see it, but it's 6 zipper pulls in here. These are bag zippers, not your dressmaker zippers, and I like them because they're wider and the zipper teeth are a little bit wider as well, as long as the zipper being wider. And then you get your zipper pulls that you put on. So you do have to know how to put on a zipper pull, okay? But they're cute and I like it. And I had to learn that for myself. I had to learn how to do zipper pulls. How much are zipper pulls? I don't know. Let's see. The zippers are $15 for 3 yards. They call the colorful one rainbow on the paper, and the other one they call black stripe. And then the zipper pulls are $9 for 6 in a pack. All right. I'm probably going to be missing something because I got a lot of stuff in here. But I'm going to do my best. Zippers, still more zippers. Still zippers. You got to have zippers if you're making bags, right? And I think this is the last of what's in here. So I'm going to try to put some of this stuff back in here. They always put paper on top. That's what you're hearing. All of this. Let me toss it to the side. All right, put these back. And then you can also order like replacement stays for your bags. You can also order those. I have those already, so I didn't order more of those. Because most people, you're going to make more than one of those. All right, here we go. Put this up. All right. So I've been coming in here and or thinking about, I didn't realize I had, okay, I do know now what I did. Okay. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm missing one. I'm missing the small one, unless it's in here. Did it get in here? Yep, it did. All right. I wanted the one add 3/8 ruler. Because on bag making, sometimes that's what you make your seam allowances is 3/8. So I thought it'd be cool to have it, but I probably won't be using it for that. And then I have the add 1/4 ruler. And then I bought the 6-inch one and the 12-inch. Most of the time I'm using the small one, but there are times that I need the larger one. And then I noticed that, I'm so old school because once I have a product that worked, I don't ever replace it, because why replace it with something else in the market when it works for you? But they now got add 1/4 plus. And it's got a tapered edge. And so I wanted to see if I like that or not. I have a feeling I may not like it's only add 1/4 plus, because you're cutting up against a thinner edge. I kind of like the thick edge for safety, but I thought I would get one and try it. You don't know what you like until you get one and try it. So that's what this is. And then I also ordered some patterns, and I'm hoping that I can make at least one of these, maybe two, before retreat. But before quilt stitch knit, so I can know if I want to use the patterns for sale or not. But this is the improv bag. I showed you all this. I used the fabrics that came from Helena. I used this. And somebody wanted this pattern. Also, I've been waiting for Checker to get it in stock, so I ordered some of those. I saw this bag hanging in a quilt store recently called the Charming 8-Pocket Tote. And I like the fabrics that they use. So you use your charm square. So I thought I would get that. I got the patchwork duffel. I saw somebody working on this. Say, let me try. I didn't ask them to let me read it. I just said I'll go buy one and see if I like the instructions. I'm hoping that I can sell more of these. I would like to get that made. And I am not making this one, but I thought it looked cute. It's called the Oxbow Tote, and it looks more like a purse, but it has also the shoulder strap. So I thought I would try to do that for myself, and this is going to probably be put on the back burner, but I wanted to have the pattern. I saw somebody sewing it, and I really like it, because depending on your fabrics, it could look like a real purse and not a tote bag that the quilters make, which I use tote bags every day, so I'm not knocking a tote bag, okay? Those two I want to sew. And then this last one, I saw somebody was doing a sew along on this Agility Studio Pedal Patch quilt top, and I just like the blocks. So this is that. I'm sure you can't see it. I'm just showing you pictures because it's got your words backwards, and that's again another YouTube thing that I can't change. All right. And I'm trying to see. Yeah, I can't. I'm trying to see if I could change, if the button is up there for me to change it, but it's not there. They've taken that button away. I'm trying to make sure it's not there. So, yeah. So those are the patterns that I got. These two, I would like to get them made so that I can do that. And I just stopped telling the prices of stuff. But if you're interested in anything, just let me know. L says that taper edge is ideal for cutting. It's for folding your piece, really helpful. So I've never had that before. It just looks so thin, but I'm going to try it. Darcy's reminding you all that we need the thumbs up. The bags are a great item to sell for everyone buying lots of stuff. Right. That's what I said. You might need somebody that might need to have a bag. And, they give out free bags, but I don't know how many vendors are going to be here. And then also, just in case somebody wants it's like a vinyl bag. It's not that fabric, but it is a vinyl bag. And then people tend to like Lori Holt stuff. But I just bought some. If I don't sell them, you know, I have quilt retreats, right? So I know what to do with them. I just bought them just in case. Hi, Sue Allen. Welcome to the chat. And Michelle says, oh, I love that bag. I have both of her books. I don't know which one that was, but okay. Hi, Sandy Agger. Welcome. Hey, Ray. Welcome. And just trying to make sure I got everybody. Figure Legends. Welcome. Diane Johnson, hello and welcome. Welcome to the chat, both of you. Haven't seen your sign-ins before in the chat, so thank you, thank you. Delia Short is here. And I think that's it. All right, so I got all this stuff here. I don't know how I'm gonna sew now, but I'm just gonna, first of all, we gotta deal with the paper, so pardon me. Just to make it smaller. Ugh. I don't even know why they put the paper on this one because it sure wasn't needed. Ugh. Okay, and then I'm gonna just slide it down just a little bit because I need to be able to use my bench that I have here. It's sitting on my bench and I don't want my stuff to fall out. So I've had a very busy, productive week. Most of the stuff that I've been working on, I cannot show you all. If you all were here Wednesday, remember that I was working on string blocks. I have done something with that. Can't show you all. The other things that I've been working on that I can show you, I don't know how many I got now. I know I have 13 starter pieces in here. Y'all, let me see if I can find any of this stuff. Got the remote out. I don't know if y'all remember, we were in here and I had all the different fabric stacks of all the strings and crumb pieces that I had. And I have used a lot of it in the string blocks that I've already made that I can't show you. I've made a whole quilt top. And then I go somewhere else and I find more strings. So I got all of these strings because I had used all the stuff. So all this stuff that's laying out here is stuff that I have already, that I've been making, now I'm making crumb blocks. So all of this stuff was used up. So I got a few smaller pieces here because as I'm working with the bigger pieces and then they're just a little bit too big, then I have more smaller pieces and then I start back with the smaller pieces. So I know I have 13 of these here. But I've just been making strings and crumbs. Anything that I put my hands on, I had a whole lot of little skinny pieces that I didn't want to get rid of. So I just sewed them together. Some of these seams are not even a ½ inch. And I don't normally keep strings unless they're 1 inch, or if they're strings, at least 1 inch. These were about 3/4 of an inch, things that I normally throw away. But the fabrics together were just so pretty that I couldn't let them go. So I've got 13 in my hand starter pieces, and they're going to get a little bigger. I think I know what I'm going to do, but I haven't fully committed yet because I'm just making blocks. I have no project in mind at this time. But just showing you that I am using some of the smaller stuff, trying to get rid of it. So I had done these 13 and I was almost done after making the string blocks with the set of strings that I had in the bag of scraps, because I had a bag and I still have these pieces that were in the bag. These were a little bit larger that I could have cut 2½ inch strips or squares, or maybe a 3-inch square if I was working on something. So I was trying to use all of the smaller stuff that I had smaller pieces of. Then found this concoction and started making more. Still had some small strings in there. These have gotten a little bit bigger. So some of them anyway. So again, using all the small stuff. Now this is stuff, some of it that I really would put in the trash. Not this one. This one's got good size pieces. For the most part, it is a few small ones. But when I start with a whole lot of little small pieces, that's the stuff I threw in the trash because it takes so long for them to build up. This was a strip piece that I made out of the long units, and then I cut it in half for the center and just put 2 of the same centers in. I did that a couple times. But yeah, so I'm just trying to use up some of the stuff. Now, I don't know how many that is because I didn't count after that. I'm just making stuff. I'm basically just making fabric at this point. But I wanted to share that with you. And I'm going to have to put this up because I got starter pieces down here. I don't want these to get mixed in. That's why I'm showing you before I put it up. I don't want it to get mixed up with the stuff that I'm about to work on. And I'm hoping that I don't have to move these right here while I'm sewing. And I got cords everywhere because I was charging everything. So let's put those cards down. This is my Bernina's bobbins. I try to put them under here so I know where they are, but okay. And I still got the camera battery in here, and I don't want to lose it. I'll sit it on top of this machine. I've been recording for the mystery, so I haven't, woo, I got hot. My fan is on low. I normally have it on medium when I'm in here, but it's on low right now. Let's see. Joe Cormel Perkins is here. Welcome to the chat. I'm thinking Lizette Zayas is coming here. Yes. Welcome to the chat. Photo Kevin made it here. He's in Nashville. He's in the sky between Nashville and Philly. Oh my gosh. And Dorothy says she's wanted to make a crumb quilt ever since I first seen it, which was several years ago. But it is easy to get sidetracked with other projects. Yeah. And, you know, the funny thing is I have the biggest mess because crumb quilting is very messy. Because when something is too long, and you don't have anything else to sew to it, but you're not ready to toss it into the trash, then you start making all the little smaller stacks of things, especially if you're doing them assembly line style. So it can be a messy project. So I'll do, say, 5 to 10 blocks at a time. And then I will go and clean up all the stuff that I made from those 5 or 6 once they get done. Had a little piece of lint just sitting right there on top. Like, we can't have that. So yeah, I am now working on scattered stars. I don't know what I just hit. Oh, I got my rotating cutting mats down there. It had rolled over because it's round. Rolled over to my foot pedal. I'm like, what is that? So I'm just sewing some snowball. You would be doing snowball corners, but I pre-cut these with, so that I didn't have to draw a line, fold it, and all of that. I know exactly where I'm supposed to stitch, 1/4 inch from the edge. So I'm doing that. And I'm just going to do it to the, I got more. I'm not necessarily trying to make blocks. Let me show you all what I'm making. What scattered stars look like as a block, because I do have a block. But I'm trying to make sure I don't lose my pieces, y'all. Okay, because remember we made 5 blocks last week. It's not March yet. I keep thinking it's March. So this is just 1 block, and this is what scattered stars look like. Again, it's a pattern by Fat Quarter Shop, and it is not a free one. You have to pay for this one, but that's what I'm working on. So I won't be giving any cutting instructions or anything like that. But I will be showing you what I'm sewing and how I'm making them. So hopefully that helps somebody. But I had Scrap Quilting Club today, which is why I have on Teaquilt Scrap Quilting Club shirt. And I got my cutting done. So it was a very good day. It was a long day because I tried going to sleep. I've been having so many things to do this week that I've been going to bed early. And then, you know, it's very hard for me to sleep early because I'm one of those people that normally go to bed at 5 a.m. And, you know, anywhere from like, say, 3 to 5 a.m. I can probably fall asleep. But when I know I got things to do, it's very difficult. I had a dentist appointment yesterday, so I had to go, and it's early, so I had to go to bed early. Yeah, and then I had Scrap Club today. Very good meeting. We hadn't met since December because January we had so much snow it had to be canceled. It was not even snow on the ground yet, but it sure came. And then we were going to get caught in it. If we had gone to Scrap Club, we would have got caught in that snow. So I was very glad that it was canceled. But we Betsy and I showed a lot of the projects between both of the clubs because Betsy is in both of the clubs. So people got to see stuff, and they were getting confused on what was in the in-person club and what was on the online club. You know, we meet for a Scrap Club on Zoom online. So for anybody that wants to join, it's $60 for the year, and really February really is the end to join because I don't like people joining later, but I'll give you 2 weeks into March if you decide you still want to join the Scrap Club via Zoom. We meet the second Sundays of the month from 3 to 5 p.m. You don't have to work on the projects. But you know, it's encouraged, but you don't have to. You can work on your own stuff. You can show your own stuff. And then you get a list of, you get the actual projects. If you're not in the club, that's why I don't tell you the names of things that are for Scrap Club only, Scrap Club people, because they pay for that. So I don't tell you those patterns, but if it's something that I'm just sewing, then I will most definitely share that information with you. So yeah, so I'm just basically sewing today. I don't really care about making blocks. I've shown a block. I showed you the block, but I put it up. So yeah, and I don't know where I can really put it so you can see it, but I moved that board. I had a board sitting back there, but I've got my water bottle that has fallen over. It's empty now, so it doesn't have weight to sit itself up. I got like 3 water bottles in here. I go fill them all up so I don't have to worry about bringing water back later. But they're not so big, like a gallon when I'm trying to pour it into the iron. So, but yeah, I got 3 different water jugs. So, just sewing 1/4 inch seam on something that would normally be like a snowball corner. So that's what I'm doing now. And I didn't even cut all of them because I knew I wasn't going to be sewing. Even if I sewed all of these, I wasn't going to sew all of this tonight. So I didn't even worry about even cutting all of them. I still got other ones. I have 5 blocks that we made last week, and I have 15 more blocks to make. So I'm just sewing units at this point. I did show you the block so you at least see it. And I try to pick a project for sewing chat on Saturday. So every Saturday when I come in here, I'm not trying to find another project. It's really not about the project. It's about just sewing and chatting with you guys. So let's see who else has come in, because I sometimes forget to read the chat because it's over here to the side. Hi, Phyllis G. Welcome to the chat, lady. Young wife says, hello from the Shetland Islands. I'm wrestling with crumbs right now. Yes, they are fun and very creative thing to sew, but you are going to have a mess. And I try to always, if you saw when I was picking them up, I have crumbs laid out in size. I'll go from small to large. And they're all small pieces, but like things that are kind of the same size. So when I'm looking for a piece that to go next to it, I have them already laid out in sizes and know which stack to pull it from. And I don't care if it's a little bit too big or if the other pieces on it was short, I could take one a little shorter, but I don't want to sew something and then cutting off an inch. I don't want to do that because then why did I sew it? I could have cut it off before I sewed it. So I'm always looking at stuff like that. So that's all of those that I have pre-cut. So now I'm going to do some that are slightly longer. Same thing. We're just sewing. I don't even know how many of these I cut. I just knew that I cut some. So if I got to the point where I was making blocks, I'd be making blocks. If not, that's fine too. I'm just sewing. So I want to cut these off and just pull them over. I don't have to clip them right now. I just want them, keep them separated. So now I got some longer ones with a snowball corner technically. Let's see, who else? Did I say Yolanda Reza? Welcome to the chat. I can't remember. I got sidetracked. It's 2:37 in the morning in the Shetland Islands. Oh my gosh. The cat just woke me up. I feed an outdoor cat. He is very bossy. Sassy, Classy Custom saying hello to everybody. Welcome to the chat as well. First time chatting. And Remo has sent $1.99. I like free 99. That's cute. Thank you, Remo. Remo just sitting up here messing with me because you know I don't encourage what they calling them, cash chat things. I don't really see. I don't even know what they're called. I don't encourage them because YouTube takes like 40% of it, and I don't think it's fair to people for you to send somebody something and then YouTube just automatically takes like 40% of whatever somebody decide to gift you. So I really don't encourage them. I'm just here. Hi, Thomasina. Welcome to the chat. Hello, hello. So yeah, I am a creature like I cut some of these pieces, and this is the most tedious part of this quilt top. It's a very easy quilt block to make, but this is the most tedious, snowballing corners. So I'll just do some of each one and then I go make blocks, you know, just so I'm not bored. Because it takes quite a few of the snowball corners to make the block. So I just did some. I don't know. I didn't count. I just did some because I know I'm going to be sewing on it on the live chat. So it's like it's no big rush. I've seen people like Photo Kevin the quilter, where he will make, he have a step and know he's got other steps. He's got the entire pattern and they say make 600 half square triangles. He will sit there and make all 600 half square triangles. Me, I probably will make 100 half square triangles. And then I'm going to go to the next step and sew something else. I'm going to have me a block done. Okay. Kevin just trust the process and keep going. I trust the process. I know the process will work because I know before I cut it that it's going to work. But I'm a creature of habit. I get bored easily though. I do like piecing. It's my favorite thing to do is piecing. I enjoy piecing. But I get bored very easily, so I have to do something else to keep my mind occupied. So even when I was cutting these, I'm like, okay, we've done enough of those small ones. Let's do some big ones. And then I got tired of doing those, and I go, okay, that's enough. I counted to make sure I had at least 10 of each one, because I'm like, I only made 5 blocks last time, so it's not like I need to be an overachiever here. So yeah, so I just do it until I get bored, and then I stop. So I'm just gonna sew these so that they'll all be ready. Because I'm not gonna do all of these. Well, I don't know. We'll just do one step at a time. We'll see what we do. Oh, I got a board on. I put a block on my design wall so that I can see it. So that's what I'll do, is I'll just start with one thing and go from there. We got 15 blocks to make. Trying to make sure I haven't missed anybody's comments, because I do forget to look over there because I'm focused on my piecing. So, okay, my foot pedal moved. I gotta bring it back. I got it on a pedal stay. I'm wondering if the pedal stay got moved when the round cutting board moved. Okay, this one came off of that one. So tell me in the comments what you all are working on. I don't know what your projects are, so let me know. Soon as I get the last, I'm working on retreat projects, so like I said, I need to get those approved. Poor Kevin, he been run ragged the last little bit, so we haven't had a chance to have a retreat meeting. I need to have a retreat meeting so we can discuss what we're gonna do at retreat and how it's gonna be done and who's gonna do it. Who's gonna do what? So that's what's kind of happening with retreat. We did talk a little bit about some ideas at Scrap Club today for retreat as well. Let's see. Benita says she's working on the First Lady Memorial Quilt. Vivian is working on retreat stuff, getting ready for the retreat. I talked to her, and she is funny. She talked about she got her stuff already, like he got her suitcase in the corner of her sewing room, and she's been like putting projects and things in there that she don't want to forget for retreat. So she's like packing as the days go. She's deciding what she's doing now for retreat. I said, girl, you something else. I cannot. Lizette says she finished her patchwork duffel, so that's cool. Lizette. Young wife says, I'm making my grandson a simple quilt with Minecraft patterns, so that's cool. Kids like that. Very cool. Carissa's working on a mosaic quilt with Tula Pink's Gray Works. Awesome. You know, I still got mine, but you know, I've been working on all these other fabrics. And what are we doing? We're working on a year cave, so I haven't been able to touch any of my Tula. And there may be a time or two, I told you all, that something might come up that every year, everything I'm doing for the new people that are here. I got 2 scrap clubs, and how I started prepping for them, because I had to make some patterns. So in late December, as I was working on the patterns and projects for Scrap Club, I saw I had a whole lot of cave squares, 5-inch charms, 6-inch pieces, 6-inch strips, 7-inch pieces. I'm like, I don't even know why I got 7-inch pieces. Fat quarters that were not in the bundles, 10-inch layer cakes that had, some of them had been used and even some new. And I was like, you know, this stuff is out. I'm just going to use this stuff to get rid of it. And then I used it. It was all in one bigger bag. It's not in here now. It has a little drawstring on it. But it was like a bag that was stuffed. And I cut the first quilt out, the entire quilt from the cave that I needed. And it didn't look like I had taken anything out of that bag. So I went, I'm looking to see if I got my other thing here, but that's okay. I'm comfortable using this. I like it anyway. I went and cut the second quilt because I had about 3 or 4 projects that I had to do the instructions for that we didn't have instructions for. So I needed to make sure that the instructions that I gave were correct. So I need to at least start something. So I did all the cutting. So, you know, because it's already there now at this point when you're working with scrappy stuff. It's not like I'm making a block out of 2 fabrics and I can just cut the pieces quick and get it done. I'm cutting from scrap, so I'm using a lot more different fabrics for each piece in the block. So I keep going. I'm on quilt number 2. I can see some of the stuff starting to go away, but not a whole lot. So I kept going again. Quilt number 3, because I'm just doing like test quilts at the, you know, test blocks. I got the whole thing cut out, but I don't have it sewed. And yeah, if it took about quilt number 3 for me to see it starting to dwindle. And I still got stuff in the bag, the larger chunks, like say I had cut out of a fat quarter, an 8-inch square or something like that. So I've got that type of stuff that's in another room. But this bag here, I took out all the smaller scraps and stuff that I just showed you all with the crumbs and the string blocks I was working on Wednesday. I'm not showing that anymore because I finished that whole entire quilt top. I need to get it quilted. So that's the next step on that. I'm going to use it for a gill challenge, I've decided. But yeah, so it's something else. It's a lot. So let's sew one of these so I can get my last one off. These are the other side of the snowball corners. So I'm just going to sew that to get off this piece so I can put it where it belongs. Right there. And then we're going to come over here. I'm going to put some water in here. And then I'll read the chat while this heats up. But I'm finally starting to see a big dip in the actual amount of fabric that I had in that bag. Now, there have been times that I had to go to a fat quarter and cut a piece out because I needed a large piece or I needed a different fabric because I was using the same fabric too much. And so I'm one of those people that like a lot of fabric in a lot of different fabrics in my quilts. It makes it easier for me to put my quilt tops together when I use, say, 200 different fabrics over using just 40 different fabrics like what's in a layer cake or charm square. It just makes my life easier. So that's what I do. I like hundreds of different fabrics in my quilts if I can. But all of this was from trimming or cutting, not trimming, cutting for those other quilt tops. And because it was all laying there together, I couldn't force myself to throw it away. So that's why I've been making strings and crumb blocks with it. Normally I would have tossed all of that in the trash had it been just a fabric or 2, you know. But since it was a lot, I did not. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out. I read the Minecraft. I made the mosaics. Darcy says she was multitasking, working on finishing up her 16-inch blocks, going through her boutiques, and making a loaf of sourdough bread. I'm glad it's working for you. That's cool. Deborah Sims Brown says she's lying in bed, just got home from quilt show. That's cool. So that's awesome. Always nice. Delia worked on 2 flimsies for baby quilts for donations. Awesome, awesome. We had, who was that? Oh, Sharon at Quilt Guild used one of the Scrap Club projects as a charity quilt she's donating to the Guild. So I thought that was really cool. Dolores Phelps is here working on the mystery quilts 16-piece block. So if you don't know, if you're new here, I am doing a mystery quilt. We got sewing parts 1 and 2 are out. There was also an intro video that started in January. So January, you've got 2 videos, and then there's 1 video in February, comes out on the second Thursdays of the month. So go look at for that if you're interested in doing a small, it's not going to be very large, a small mystery quilt. And it's using some of the smaller scraps because that's what I was working with at the time. And then it encourages me to make something small because I appear to not know how to make anything small. So I'm forcing myself to do it through the mystery. But yeah, it's going to be I think it's going to be pretty. And it's one of those quilts that you can do in any size you want as well. You could also redo this if you like it using your scraps. If you're a pre-cut person and you already got stuff pre-cut, then this will definitely be something that you can make again easily. It's not complicated. There's one untraditional thing that you don't see all the time, but it's still easy. But yeah, we're going to have, I don't know, maybe 2, 3 at max more reveals. So it's not going to be too much longer. Joe Cormel is eating dinner and watching the Teaquilts show. She must have just got home from work. You need to sit down, child. Wanda Jameson is here, says she's resting. Went to quilt show today. She's tired, so that's cool. Had a great day. I don't know how to say this and where this stuff breaks up at. But says, hi, Miss T. I'm from South Africa working on foundation piecing paper project. Enjoy. Oh, she's broken it up for me. Mano Nadu. I think that's how it goes. So thank you so much. I appreciate you commenting. Lana she's fixing, I think she's saying, to go to retreat in the Nega, Georgia for 7 days next month. So 7 days. I don't know what that means, but anyway, for 6 or 7 days next month. So that's cool. That's awesome always. Claudette Bettis is here. Hey, Claudette. Welcome to the chat, lady. Sue is working on biscuits and gravy. Are you working on eating it? Deborah is working on the mystery 16 blocks. And Thomasina is getting ready to start a quilt for her grown youngest daughter. So that's cool, cool, cool. Hey, Monty Pep, welcome. She's saying thumbs up to everybody as well. And Donat Branson just came in saying that her rent is paid. That means she has hit the thumbs up button. Have you? If not, hit the thumbs up button for me. I would really, really appreciate it. Hopefully, my iron. An iron cannot get hot if you don't cut it on, right? I put it on the base, but forgot all about that part. And Sue says she's cooking and eating. Right. That sounded like you was eating more than fixing. What I'm working on, I bet. So, yeah. I am waiting for that to heat up. I am going to, let me count these so I know how many blocks I can start with. 1, 2. So I can get my next pieces out that goes with that. Still flashing, but it's getting close. Yep, it's ready now. As soon as I pick up the wood press, it's ready. Oops. Bettis is getting ready to sew a flange binding on a quilt I made for the Mom to Mom group. So that's cool, cool, cool. Awesome, awesome. So take those up. I did not take up, I had pressed some of this fabric before I went to retreat, and then you pack stuff up, but I didn't take an iron. Like I had pressed it last week when I was cutting, and then I packed it up to take it to retreat, and I didn't repress it. So some of it needs a good pressing. I wasn't taking an ironing. I just took cutting because I had to take back. I have so much stuff when I go to Scrap Club. I had my show and tell, which I've had a very busy month. So I was showing all my projects from retreat and stuff like that. So, because some of those people were at the retreat, but there's about 5 or 6 people in my Scrap Club that are not part of retreat. That I just went on, so I want to make sure everybody see all the stuff. You know, I want anybody to say, I didn't know you made that. So I really try. And Michelle's working on sewing clue 2 for the mystery quilt, so she's working on that. For working on sewing clue 2 blocks for the mystery quilt for the gill. And then clue 3 comes out tomorrow. So not me, because I'm like, mine don't come out tomorrow. So she's talking about for her gill. So that's cool. All right. All right, all right. Let's see. And then I'm not going to worry about orientation because these blocks get turned all types of ways in the pattern. So, oh, I got to turn it this way. Got to turn it the right way. So now I'm just taking these units, these snowball cornered units that I have. I'll show you one in a minute, but let me sew this one since I started already. And let me cut this off. It's just an extra piece. We'll just put it right there. So this is what I just sewed, like the snowball corner. That's all that is. And now I'm just sewing those onto the next piece. And I'm not giving measurements because this is not my pattern. I just happened to see it, the video for it, and decided that I like it. It's like that'll be cute. I'm looking for a project that I can sew on Saturdays that I can share. I try not to sew too much on Scrap Club projects, but sometimes I have to. Because I can't share that information with you because it's for the people that paid for it. So I try to work other ways, other things, and do other things on Saturdays as well. It also sometimes means I don't get all of my Scrap Club projects done because I'm working on projects for Saturdays as well. So that's why I try not to work on Saturday projects any other time than here. I don't know. I got an extra block. I can't count to 7. I got an extra square down here. Let me see if I miscounted my pieces. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, I just miscounted the pieces. And this one's very close to the color of the fabric. Normally I wouldn't sew it in, but I don't really care. We're going to go for it anyway. It's about the same color. And I can't even remember. Oh, here's a block right here. Like, how did I press that? Let me show you the block again. This is what I'm sewing, for those that missed it. And I'm trying to see, how did I press seams? I'm trying to keep that part consistent, although, you know, it may not matter. I'm pressing towards the sashing. All right. Probably should have been pressing towards the square. I think I'm going to switch it up. I'm going to press towards the square. Or should I just keep pressing? I'll just keep pressing towards the sashing. I can't make up my mind. I have 5 blocks done that way. So let's just continue. I'm making 20 blocks is what I'm doing. So I'm just sewing pieces to those blocks until I can't sew them, you know, until I run out of the pieces that I have made up. So I've got 7 here for this first step I got 7 blocks that I'm making because I had enough to do 7 blocks, enough pieces. So that means I still have 7 and 5. It's only 12. So I still got 8 more blocks that I got to do, you know, do the start over of. So let's get the next piece of fabric that go on here. Let me push this basket back because I got to take out the pieces that I need to take that one off. I need to get the next piece. All right. I don't know why I did that. Yeah, I'm ready to do that. I need this one off. I was like, why did I sew the big piece on there already? But yeah, I'm ready. I just needed to take this one off. I was so concentrated on what was under my needle. I guess I wanted to see if it was, don't contrast enough. I'll show you what I mean. This piece got a lot of green in it, and I'm using green as a for my stars. So I'm okay with that. It'll be okay. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Holly says she finished the first portion of Night and Day by Annie Pattern. Next is binding for a quilt coat. I did not get finished before QuiltCons. A lot of people were making coats for QuiltCon this year. So I found that to be interesting. I don't know what Remo is saying. Make it make sense. Thumbs up. Oh, she's trying to get y'all to hit the thumbs up button. You know, sometimes the keyboard wants to help us when we don't need help. So Darcy says her mystery 16s are taking me longer than normal because I am pressing all the seams open. So that's cool. If it mattered, I would have told you. You don't have to. I would have told you if I suggested you do that. But a lot of these pieces are not going to match up with a whole lot of other stuff until it's time to put stuff together. Then I'll tell you how to press your seams. If I haven't mentioned it, it's because it doesn't matter. I do like a nice flat quilt with my seams pressed open though, but I'm working on so many projects right now. I don't have time to do that if it's not necessary. And I don't even know if this project is necessary. I'm just not doing it. You know, I'm going to make it work. Gonna make it work. So as you all can see, I don't worry about what fabric goes with what. I just sew. A lot of people can't put certain colors in the same block, things like that. I'm just sewing. I'm getting it done. Every quilt that I've made in my cave series, let's see, how many have I done? I like all of them except for the border on one. I don't like the border, so I'm thinking about changing it, but I've already sewed all the border because they had me pre-cut it, and I didn't realize when I was looking at the pattern that it didn't match up the way I wanted it to. And then I saw Betsy's at Scrap Club today. It doesn't look bad, but I'm one of those people. It just drives me nuts if something should line up to me and it doesn't. So that's what I'm having problems with. Let me sew one of those little flip corners to get my pieces off so I can press them. Pressing everything towards the sashing, apparently. I don't know why I did that, but that's what I did. So that's what we're doing. Once you start, just be consistent, right? All right, press towards the sashing. That's what I'm calling it anyway. I don't think it's sashing in the, but that's what I'm calling it. It's like block sashing. I'm just used to pressing everything towards the sashing when I'm doing like quilt blocks. So I guess I got locked in on that. Let me show you one of these before I move them. This is what I have. This is what the back looks like, with seams pressed towards the sashing. All right. I'm just going to move these over. That's why I needed to push my box over, because I need my space on the bench so I can lay the pieces down. Okay, that's 7. So I don't know if I have 7 of these yet. Let's see how many of these. 1, 6, 7. So I have enough of those for 9 blocks done. So we'll press those in a minute. Right now we're going to sew the remaining of these that I have in a stack to this. We're sewing the middle row now. Take this off, toss it to the side. It's not needed for this project, but I can't throw fabric away. Sometimes I get disgusted with myself, but it's like I have made entire quilt borders with the stuff that people put in the trash. So let's see, what have people been talking about on here? Good night, Deborah. And Carissa says, thanks for the reminder. I forgot on the way in. Thank you. Thank you, Joe Cormel says, very pretty. Just to create a space, says, I have a hole in the knee of my jeans, and every time I put them on, my foot tears the hole more, so I'm closing it up with a huge patch of sashiko thread. That's cool. I like that. I saw somebody at a quilt show once, and I saw a Tula Pink outfit was really cute. The entire outfit she had, it was just gorgeous. But then I've also seen sashiko on somebody's jeans, and it was just the prettiest thing I've ever seen. And I'm like, I don't know if they opened them jeans up to do it and sewed them back together, but it was sure was pretty. It was pretty. So I'm making 7, what I'm calling sashing rows now, because that's to me what it is. The part that makes the scattered star. And I'm getting hot again. I got some. I brought some ice water in here. It's about to melt, but it's still cold enough. All right. This is that fabric where both sides look like it could be the right side until you get it under the light. So yeah, I have to be really careful. When I was cutting my, it's hot because I'm pressing with steam. Okay, now we got it on medium. That's another reason it's hot. I was already hot before, and then pressing with the steam is making it worse. So, all right, so let's do this. All right, put this up and press everything towards the So now I'm pressing the next piece that's gonna go. My long sashing strip is next. So that's what I'm pressing now. I have been just sewing and talking. I lost complete track of time. It's my first time looking at it. It's 9:20. I'm gonna have to get me a timekeeper. My brother will let me know when it's 10 o'clock, okay? He'll be like, good night. That's his clue for it's 10 o'clock, girl. All right, so now we're gonna sew this unit onto here. And then these get sewed to those pieces that I just sewed over here. I got the block laying right there. Take this piece off. Toss it over there. Okay. No comments. Y'all sleep? Or you all sleep? Pretty quiet out there. Okay. We need 7 sashing because we're making 7 blocks, or not necessarily making 7 blocks. We're just sewing the units for 7 blocks. I don't know if we'll get them done. That's not the point. You all have seen what the block looks like. I'm just sewing the units. Sue says, not sleep yet, just a full tummy. Yep, you know what's happening next after that. I have had a strange diet today. I had 2 donuts from Scrap Club because I was too lazy to go out and get lunch. And then I come home and eat. I had 2 chicken wings that I put in the air fryer that were left over. And I need some food. So I'm hungry, but I don't really feel like cooking. I'm not in the cooking mood. I'll see if I got any soups in my freezer. Maybe I'll heat one of those because I'm not in the mood for cooking today. Yeah, I would advise you to press your seams towards your squares. I don't know what I was thinking about when I was pressing towards the sashing. Like, I was thinking of actual quilt blocks, you know. Or do what the pattern says. How about that? Melissa's not asleep. Melissa's the one that tried to get me to be on here all night. She talked about, I'll stay here with you. You don't have to get off. She is too funny. I would never get off the live messing with her. All right, we pull these back in, and I'm going to sew these on now. Well, I'll show you what I just sewed, I guess. I just sewed that. So that's my sashing row. And now I'm going to put those onto the bottom. And so we'll have approximately 2/3, but you know the other part's bigger. You know, approximately. Gonna see if I can, well, not pin. I like to pin just because it's more accurate, but you know, I'm trying to, you know, get the most done in the time that I'm here. I normally pin. My people see me pin. But I like accuracy too. I like for my blocks to sort of kind of match. So I'll see what it look like. And then if it's, you know, not to my standards, then I'll pin. Let's see. It's close enough. All right. Bonita says, love the green fabric in the sashing row. This is the same green I used in that improv bag that I had. I used the same green. And since it was out, I just, you know, went ahead and used it. Had enough. And I just bought it in December because I didn't have a whole lot of yardage of anything. So I decided to use this because I knew I would have enough. Yeah, because some of them, I'm doing different things with my cape, my Euro cape. It just has to have cape in it. Except for if I had something planned last year that didn't involve cape, then I'm not going to put cape in it to mess it up. But if I can throw in a piece of cape, I am. I'm doing different things with it. Black background, other different color backgrounds, light backgrounds like white. And then this one, Kimberly used a light and I just liked it. And I like what it looked like. So I decided to use a light. But this is just a tone on tone, one of those just white on white prints. Nothing super fancy. Just a pretty white print. I showed it before. It has like, it matches the green. They're both made out of dots, but they're not, this white is not a cave. I'll try to show it to you at some point again. When I, of course, get my stuff sewed, right? I gotta do the job first. I don't know if that's 2 or 3. Can't remember. It don't matter. You got 7 to sew. Just sew. And again, I don't really need to, my goal is not to get all 7 of these blocks done. If I do, that'd be a bonus. But I just want to sew what I could of the pieces that I had cut to make as many blocks as I could. So that's why I'm doing it. I'm one of those people that even if I wasn't on the live, I would be doing this type of sewing. I don't ever sew 200 half square triangles without having a block made. It's just not how I sew. I'm bored. And if I get bored, may not come back. I got to have some motivation. I need to see a block. Motivate me. Darcy says she likes white tone on tone fabric too. So I don't use it all the time because it's so traditional that I've been, been trying to get away from it. But it's like, I'm looking at my stash and I got so much stuff. I just need to use it. So I'm like, it's got to be used at some point. So I'm using it. I got a whole lot of white. Woo, it's ridiculous. I probably got about 4 stacks of white fabrics, white on white, white with print on it, but it's all light and it's just sitting there and it's like, we got to use this stuff. So that's number 5 because I got 2 left. Let me just start and then I'll match up my seam. All right. All right, last one of this set. I got 8 more blocks apparently because I did 5 and this is 7. That's 12. I'm doing 20. I could stop at 12 though, but I got pieces cut for 20. Are you still there? Yep. I had to make sure I was still in the seam where the seam intersects, going opposite direction. All right. That was the last one of that set. So I can get all my pieces off to press. 1, 2, 3. All right. So my iron's still good. That's good. So let me show you what it looks like right now. It's like this. And then I don't know if you can even see white tone on tone print, but look at the green dots, and then you see the white. Yeah, you can see that really good. So that's why I picked this particular white tone on tone. They were both geometrics, but one's circular, one's kind of making squares, but they both had the dot making the print. That's what I liked. Zandra says, those are some pretty blocks. Thank you. Thank you, Clarice, for reminding people to hit the thumbs up button. Especially as you're leaving, check and make sure that your thumbs up button has been hit for me, please. I would really appreciate it. Thank you, Thomasina. It says beautiful strip blocks you are making. Yes. Just do them in little sections. I just have never liked doing 200 of anything and then piecing all the blocks at one time. I like seeing the progress. Motivate me, motivate me. All right. I'm hoping I can get the next set of 3 done, the bottom part of the block, and maybe get 1 block sewed for those that haven't seen me sew any of it. But the block is really simple. You can just look at it. It's not very complicated at all. But if we don't, that's fine too. But it's 9:34. Doing really good for doing a haul, talking about my week and everything else. So I got a lot going on. I'm still doing events and things with Paulette. We got something on the 21st that I'm teaching. I'm going to teach the H block from John Lewis. And I don't know if these people are quilters or not. I'm hoping that they're quilters, so that everybody can make their little, I'm going to do a little bit of history, just a tad bit of history, not a whole lot because we don't have a whole lot of time, but a little bit of history about John Lewis, and then do the H block and that recognition. And I need to cut for that as well. So that's probably what I'll be doing Wednesday, is I'll cut for that. Because it's got to happen soon. So I've got all 7 of those pressed and sewed. So now I need 7 more of these. 7. Love that white on white background. Yes, this is one of the prettiest ones I've ever seen. And I didn't have but probably like maybe 2 or 3 yards. So I'm thinking this one, I don't know what the salvage information is because I've cut it all. But I'm wondering if it was one of the premium ones, because this is not the, you know, like you can really feel it on top of it. It's weird. But it is white paint, but it's not thick like some of the other. Good night, Deborah. Michelle says she just saw this green at her local quilt shop the other day. Like I said, I just bought it in December, but it's been out, the line's been out for years, and you know they reproduce. These are like your supporting fabrics for the cave line, so I'm sure they're still producing it. But the quilt shop that I bought it at, they were actually going out of business. Well, not going out of business. Why did I say that? They were not going to be carrying cave line anymore. I don't think that it's one of their big sellers anymore. So they had it at very reasonable prices, and I went in there and I just acted a plumb fool, you know. So I got to get 7 rectangles. So now we're going to sew these to the rectangles. And they should go quick. So how we've been sewing the rest of the night, I have a feeling it's going to go, you're going to see some blocks. I was surprised last time I did 5, and I wasn't even really prepared like that. Good night, Sue. Sandra says, I made that H block quilt before I got sick. I like it. I have to make the sandwich. I don't know when it'll be able to get that done, but I did get the top done. So that's cool. I have an H quilt. And I didn't do the traditional H block, but I thought if I'm going to teach it, I got the traditional H block. I'm going to do the quilt that he's actually laying under or lying under. So, yeah. Yeah, we got enough minutes. You should see something. Something being sewed up in here. We got one more piece to add on here and then add this to the other, I'm saying 2/3 because, you know, we've sewn 2 or 3 rows, but this row is much bigger than the other rows. On this one, I started out using charms, loose charms that I had left over from my biggest pieces. So, like, I don't really use charm squares or layer cakes in their original size. I always cut them down. So whenever I find something that I can cut from them that is almost the size I need, I go ahead and use them. So I'm not having a whole lot of waste of it. But I don't like using them in their cut size because everybody cuts them a different size and I don't like it. I like my stuff to be the same size. So I always cut them down. I mostly use them in the 4.5 inch. I'll cut my 5-inch squares to 4.5 inch squares instead of using them as 5s. All right, I need a piece to get my pieces off. So let's sew another one of these. Another one of these. Get this and cut. Now we press. Do I still have water? Yes, I do. It's going to run out when I need to press the last seams. Ooh, that's hot. Move that out the way so I have something to work on first. And I got to get 7 squares is what I got to get my next pieces. I guess. I think they're squares. All right. This is what I got. I'm going to add a square over here. So I need 7. 1, 2, 3. And all I'm doing is just making sure that the same block isn't in the same piece of fabric isn't in the same block, because we don't want that. So that's all I'm doing. It's 9:42 Central Standard Time, which means I have 18 more minutes. 18 minutes. And I really don't care about the direction, but if one piece is going, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to turn it. I'm going to let it do what it do. I was going to turn so that they all kind of face the same direction when the block was turned, but I don't care about that either. Just let nature happen. Right. It don't look like I got too many duplicate prints in here. I might have been, you know, crazy enough to cut each print out of a different fabric. No, because when I did the rectangles, I do have 2 of the rectangles because I cut them out of a charm. But I cut some extra ones so that I won't have 2 of all of them. So this is, yeah, because I have 12 blocks. I think I cut from 13 fabrics. And I'm only making, that gave me 26 pieces, but I'm only making 20 blocks. I made sure that I had some extra ones, so I got extra pieces. So some of them I'll have twice, and some of them I will not. All right. One more seam on these blocks. Look like we might make it. We're gonna be towing the line, but we might make it. A quarter till, 15 minutes. Just gotta press and then sew these to the other blocks. All right. Got a string here. And we don't like those hanging out in our quilt blocks. Okay. Darcy says, places cut the charm squares so different. Some places consider the peak edges part of the 5 inches. Yeah, I just don't play with them. Because if you have more than one pack, like you've got boutique ones and you're trying to put them together with other companies, they don't match up. So I just cut my stuff to a different size. I don't care what the pattern says. I'll resize the whole entire pattern because I'm cutting those charms. I've made quilts before where they were a problem and I just don't like the end result, so I don't do it anymore. One more to press. And another string. This fabric here has a lot of strings on it. Or maybe it went through to the wrong side, from the wrong side to the inside, maybe. That's what it was. All right, so this is what I have that I'm about to sew to the bottom of what you already previously saw. So that's this. And I'm about to sew it to the bottom of this. So let's do it. Okay, I just like to get my little extra piece off so it's out the way. Not that I'm not gonna snip everything else, but I just like to get it out the way. All right. I'm gonna sew all of these. I feel like I'll have time to sew and press, so I'm not gonna you know, I feel like I can sew them pretty fast. I may not be able to press them all, but I think I will be. So I think you'll be able to see them all. But we shall see. So you can see some of the fabrics I'm using. And none of them are repeated in these so far. There'll be repeats when I start my next set of blocks. They'll start to repeat. My pieces in my rectangular spaces will repeat. At least 8. 8 out of 20. As long as I don't have the same fabrics, I'm happy. Race against the clock. I get quiet towards the end of the live because I'm trying to get done what I want to get done. Oh my goodness. Make sure that you come back Wednesday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time for 1 hour live chat. Again, I probably will be cutting for the H block. And when I'm cutting that, I won't have a pattern, but I will give you the cut instructions that as I'm cutting so you can see that. And I might just sew one so you can see it. But I'm just making little kits that I'll be making for people to sew the blocks. So all right. Or if I cut already, if I get, you know, to the point where I feel like I might want to cut. Sometimes on Sunday I watch television. So if I decide to watch television tomorrow, I might start cutting some of it. We'll see. Or at least cut one block, see if, you know, how it's going. Whoop. Last one. What time is it? 9:52. Yay. Yay. I'm my own timekeeper. And look at me. I thought I was overachieving at 5 blocks last week. I come in here and do 7 this week. Well, look at me. They say, look at God. Let me get this piece off of here. All right. All right. I'm going to leave that on. I'm not sewing anymore, but I'm going to leave it on for the light. It's a good light. Okay. Just want to put pieces back in my basket so that we don't lose pieces. Get them all pressed, or press half, and then I'll show you that. I'll press 3 of them, 4 of them, and then I'll show you that. Because I got 7. And then we'll let the iron heat back up. Trying not to get them too wrinkled, but you know. I'm putting them on top of a basket. I'm saying a basket. It's a it's a fabric bowl. But it's my basket. I made that a few weeks ago. I think it was on a Saturday night. One of my sewing chats. That's 3. Let's do 1 more before I put this back on the base to charge up. And then I'm just trying to get a good chunk of it done so I have time to show you as much as I can. And I'll show you these while the iron's heating back up. All right. All right, we'll let that one sit for a second. So block number 1, just showing you all the different fabrics. No fabric has been repeated at this point. There are so many different prints on Kaffe. Okay, so I make sure I stack them all the same because they will be rotated. It's easier to rotate stuff when they start in the same position instead of just laying them out randomly and then trying to figure it out. So just use different fabrics, all Kaffe. Charms and layer cakes for the most part for this one. That's 4, so I got 3 more to press. Trying to see if it's not flashing anymore. It's not. Then I can figure out, oh, I need to see if I got soup. Trying to figure out what I'm going to eat. I almost forgot what I was going to eat. That's 1. Whoops. Hit the seam back the opposite direction. And this is my last one. This one you've already seen numerous times. These are my scraps trying to come back in the party. It's like, nope. You will be for my next free sew day. Just trying to, I've been saving pieces and then not sewing them. And then it's like they fall and then I have to go pick them up. So I'm trying to use the pieces. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm sewing strings and crumb blocks. Don't have anything to do with them, but I'm doing it. All right. Last 3 blocks we sewed tonight. This is the one that had the fabric I was concerned about. But, you know, it's okay. You can still see the star. And then this one that I have on my cutting board, on my press board, all different fabrics. So if I have 4 times 8, that's at least 32 different fabrics right there. And yeah. So 4 times 20 would be 80. Minus 8, so I use 72 different fabrics in this because I didn't want to just waste all of my charms pieces. So I did do some duplicates because of that. But yeah, so I'm just getting my stack back ready so I can fold it up with all of my other pieces and have all the blocks going in the same orientation. So it's just easier when it's time to lay out. And I got 8 more to do. So between now and next week, I need to get the remaining pieces for my snowball corners on my sashings cut. That's the agenda, or I'll be doing them here with you on the live. But I have 8 more blocks to make. So that's it. Put them up here so they stay nice and straight. Thank you, Darcy says those are so beautiful. Also, all the blocks are so pretty from Shelly. Beautiful from Benita. Good night from Thomasina. Good night. Nina T, I will send you an email on the items I want to order. Okay, I think you wanted the improv tote, the one that had the hook that went around. You can put your arm in. Those did come in. I did the haul at the beginning. You can look at that and see. And I do have the Poppins bag. I've had some people wanting that. I'm going to be making those kits up probably Monday. Ray is letting me know that it's 10 o'clock. I told y'all. He said, good night, sis, and everyone. He don't be messing around. And then Darcy says, good night, Ray, but Melissa know what's happening. She talking about, no, Ray, it's not over. Oh, my goodness. Nina says, love the blocks, didn't catch what you're making. It's called Scattered Stars. Is in the title of the, it's in the title of the video and on the thumbnail. And I did have it wrong last Saturday, so I've corrected that as well. Thanks to Claudette Hall. Thank you so much for your email. I do that a lot, though. I rename stuff easily. Kevin he knows what I'm talking about. He just let me go. I've got a quilt shop here in Missouri that I've given a whole new name to, and he just goes along with it. He knows exactly what shop I'm talking about. Thank you, Suzette. Says nice blocks. And this will make a beautiful quilt from Michelle. So yes, yes, yes. And Carissa says it's going to be a very bright quilt. Yes. My snail trail quilt is so beautiful. Everybody that has seen that quilt top, it's not a quilt yet. It's a quilt top. The snail's trail quilt that I did, everybody loves it. It's just screaming brightness, and it's got blues and other greens and browns, but all that takes over is the orange. People see the orange, the pink, the reds. It's not even a whole lot of red, but it's a lot of orange to me. And people, everybody that has seen that quilt top has loved it. I need to do some quilting for myself. I have made, I don't know, maybe about 7 quilt tops like in the last 2 months since December. So I need to do some quilting for myself because a girl has been busy. Okay, it's a lot of stuff going on, and then I'm trying to participate. I don't really participate. I haven't participated in years in guild projects. I used to do retreats, not retreats, challenges all the time. I used to do all the retreat projects all the time. And I'm going to say about the last 8 years or so, I haven't really done challenges. I haven't done retreat projects. And this year I was saying I need to be doing more of what they're doing. I do like when they were showing the projects last year for retreat. I'm like, those are something that I would like to do. And so that's why I ended up doing them. But yeah, so if it doesn't, what I have on my agenda to do, if it doesn't fit in with the CAFE, my year of CAFE, I'm not going to force it to fit. But if it fits, then I will add some CAFE in there if I need to. So I'm loving the idea and concept of a year of CAFE. And then I found out my dear friend Kevin, he's doing a year of CAFE with me. So, because he's got just as much CAFE as I got. Or I probably now have more because I went about yardage. Kevin tends to buy like fat quarters or half yard cuts for himself. But he has a lot of different ones too because he likes scrappy quilts. So we're both, I didn't realize he was doing a year of CAFE. He said, yeah, if you're doing it, I'm doing it. So that's a really cool friend. So we both doing a year of CAFE. And his focus fabric quilt that we are working on for the scrap clubs, it is gorgeous. I thought mine was pretty. His is gorgeous. It's really nice. I saw Betsy's today. Her picture that she put on Facebook does nothing for that quilt top. It is so beautiful in person, and she used all Tula pinks, and she used her Tula pinks. Her quilt coloring came out different than my use of Tula pink. So it's just weird how the same line, some of the same fabrics, just buying the different shade, or hers feels more pastels, where mine's are not jewel tones, but they're kind of in between pastel and jewel tone with Tula. And it's just weird how her coloring looks totally different than my Tula quilt that I've made. And then I probably got about 7 quilt tops I need to quilt. But guess what? I got a whole container full of quilts that need binding that's been quilted. Yeah, I'm a mess right now. Nina says, can't wait for Scrap Club to see it. I haven't even started. Hands been hurting. So yeah. But yeah, so I'm going to get off of here, go fix me something to eat, and I'm going to prop up in bed because I've been gone from home all day. I'm going to see what I missed on YouTube, try to watch some of it. I hate that I watch YouTube on my television because all the time I can't go into the comments because then all my devices up in here needs to be charged. Like this, I've been using it. It's still only at 54%. YouTube takes a lot of memory and Zoom takes a lot of memory. So then I have to recharge all my devices and stuff. My phone's been off the charge all day, but I brought it in here in case something go wrong with YouTube. So my friends who help me doing the live, telling me if they can hear me or something's not working, they text me and let me know what's going on. But yeah. So that's going to be it. I am going to leave you all with stay safe, be blessed, quilt out.